I decided today to take back control over my life. For far too long, for far too many years, I've essentially just kind of let myself go in more than just one way, in more than just one area of life. And today, like I just got fed up. I got fed up with my reality, my current reality. Although I'm extremely blessed to have the things that I have and the people that I have. However, I am not satisfied with me, with the person I've become. And I'm not saying like I'm a bad person or anything, but just physically, I've turned into someone that I can hardly recognize. And to be quite honest with you, like, I have no one to blame but myself. I take full responsibility. I can throw out the excuses because there's a lot. Mental health, settling down, getting married, having kids. And the list can go on, just everyday life. And I'm not saying that those things aren't valid. However, they're not good enough excuses to just continue this way. So that's why I'm formulating a plan to take back my life and take control over my life and myself in my current situation, to put myself essentially in a better position. Because if we being honest, and a lot of people may or may not agree with this, but your physical appearance plays a role in everyday life, whether you agree with it or not. And don't get it twisted. I'm personally not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing this for me because I know what I'm capable of. I know my potential. And I'm fed up with just settling. I'm tired of being tired. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be extremely active, and now it's like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing this for no one. I'm doing this for me because I want to be at my best, feel my best for me. So I'm formulating a plan to get back to my best self, and I'm excited about it. And that plan looks like literally going cold turkey and just buckling down on everything, like my overconsumption of food, social media, the procrastination, all of it is coming to a stop. And I know some people like, oh, you can ease into it, and you can. And this message, what I want is for you to take from this message what you need and leave what you don't. Because everything isn't going to be for everybody. But for me, I'm going into this full steam ahead with some guidance from my physician. So I'm buckling down on my eating, no sugar for at least the next 30 days. And that's just starting off. You know what I mean? Working out 5 days a week, if not more. But that's just because I want to tap into how far I can go. Like, I want to push the limits of myself, because again, I fell off so hard. And that's not to say that it's going to be easy to bounce back into this thing. However, if I don't do something to change now, I'm going to look up in a year and be in the same position, be in the same spot, be unsatisfied, still mad, still miserable, and still not happy with me. And that's just going to lead to more frustration, more anger, more procrastination. So I'm taking charge and I'm taking back my life today, and bouncing back and getting into the swing of things first thing tomorrow morning. Like, I'm not playing. And I think what happens is we let life slow us down sometimes. And that's not always a bad thing, right? Sometimes we need to slow down, but not to the point like me that I've literally like I've slowed down so much that like things just look completely different, to the point to it's like, yeah, I'm thriving in this area of life and those areas look great, but the area that matters the most, which is yourself, which is your vessel, you're lacking. And I'm lacking right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not satisfied. So I'm doing something about it. And if it's something that you're not satisfied with, no matter what it is in life, take back your power. Take back your life. Take control of those things that you can control. Because a lot of the things that we aren't so much happy with, we have control over those things. So I encourage you to make that decision to make those changes, and not to be hard on yourself either, because I know the reality of my situation. I know it's not going to happen overnight. I know it's not going to happen realistically within this first 30 days. I know that progress is going to take time. And it's going to be hard. But I want to do the hard things now, rather than waiting a year or 2 years and it's even harder. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to focus on the progress and not the perfection of the process. I want you to enjoy the journey as you go along, because oftentimes we focus so much on the results and we focus so much on that finish line that everything in between kind of becomes a blur, and we lose sight of the ultimate goal, which is the lifestyle and the lifestyle change, because we're so focused on the finish line. So don't worry about being perfect and everything being perfect. Enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. And that's what I'm telling myself this time around, is to literally enjoy it and stick to it, regardless of what happens over the next 5 months. I'm ready. And I think you have to make up in your mind and tell yourself that you're ready, because far too many times I found myself in that position of like, oh, not today, and I'm gonna wait until Monday, or I'm gonna wait until the first of the year, I'm gonna wait till the first of the month, and that's just prolonging it. That's just making things worse, and that's ultimately what I've done for the past few years, is I've always put it off. And I think part of that is, in reality, I think we become scared of our own potential. I think we become scared of the unknown, of the person that we could be, because we're so comfortable and content with who we are. And the expectations that you have of yourself where you are. But that new version of you is going to require a lot more of you. And that's the person you want to become. I know that's who I want to become. I want to become the version of myself that I see in my head, the one who, I envision, but I haven't been doing what I was supposed to do to become that person. And I know there's a version of yourself in your head that you want to accomplish, that you want to see, like in the flesh. And you got to ask yourself, are you doing the necessary things to become said person? And if not, you got to figure out what's going on. You got to tap in, write down the excuses, write down every reason why it hasn't happened, why you haven't been doing it. Write down your fears, the things you're afraid of about the process and about the journey. And once you do that, you go do it. Go do it. Because the things that we want to accomplish, the things we want out of life, the person that we want to become is on the other side of doing the things that we don't want to do. It's on the other side of the procrastination. It's on the other side of the laziness. It's on the other side of fear. I'm not settling anymore. I'm tired of playing it safe and just going with it. Like, I know I am. And I'm cool. But there's so much more. There's so much better to achieve. So I'm taking back my power, man. And I encourage you to do the same. Don't settle. Like, you know who you are. And you know who you want to become. Don't just sit around waiting and thinking somebody's going to come and save you, because no one's coming. I realize it's on me and it's on you. Nobody's going to come and grab your hand and say, hey, go ahead, do it. Nah, you got to have the discipline, the courage to do that yourself. You got to tell yourself you want it, and you got to remember how bad you want it and why you want it. You know, I'm tired of being wasted potential, because I know what I'm capable of. You know, so that's what I'm focused on, and I'm working on over these next 5 months, man. Like, I made the decision that I'm not gonna like just settle for this version of myself. I don't like it, and I'm gonna do something about it. So if you sitting at home and you watching this and you realize that you're not satisfied, and you're not satisfied with the version you are, and that's not to say you have something physical to change. It can be, you know, your habits. It can be anything. But if there's something in your life that you're unsatisfied with and you can control it and you can do something about it, I encourage you to do it. Whether that be, you know, physical fitness, whether that be, you know, going back to school, or applying for that job that you've always dreamed of, or even if it's something like traveling, like you always wanted to travel and you've just been making excuses and you're just not doing it. Do it. Like, do it scared, man. Because at the end of the day, we move in this world as if we have so much time. And in reality, we're on borrowed time. So I encourage you, as I encourage myself, to take back your power and take control over your life. Because I decided today that I'm taking back mine and I'm taking control of mine. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Quick Little Word Podcast. Be sure to check the description for all additional information, such as merchandise, the brand, Fations.com. Check it out. My book is going to be linked in the description. Also, the audio to the podcast will be linked. So until next time, peace, love, and happiness.